Hello friends. Appearances can be deceiving. Don't get carried away by appearances. Things are not what they seem. I think I have solved the puzzle of what is real happening with the help of my intuition and many sources of information. I have to speak with euphemism for obvious reasons. Opinion article. Everything is planned. This is a great distraction from the real event. No loose ends have been left in this process. The real event is the awakening of humanity. This is a show for the conscious, for the unconscious. Disclosure will be gradual to avoid shock. It all seems to be part of a plan to expose the truth. Never interfere with an enemy while he is making his mistakes. The final result may be announced on 11th November. Election disputes are expected to be solved within 10 days. The President would like to make a statement on the counting of votes. The National Guard is counting the votes with an official watermark. Over 100,000 allegedly false ballots found in Michigan. Whoever becomes president will take office on 20th January on 2021. Everything is revealed in the final battle, but it's important to keep your truth. The markets predict the winner because the Chinese yuan fell like a stone. Our job is to stay calm and know what the divine hand is behind everything. Let's start. Although we only see problems that arise, everything that is happening seems to be planned and staged on the millimeter to distract attention, but we ignore the script of the film and the details of the strategy for obvious reasons. And it's this lack of information that causes confusion. We are not part of the planning team for the chess game, and we are not the director of the show, but there are important dates to come. This is just a show that should be shown to unconscious people, because patience will win the race and everything is in order. We know that the Allies have everything planned to the millimeter, and therefore it's very difficult to think that they are left any stitches loose as the possible election result. It seems to me that they are deliberately winding them up, that they are loosening the line of the throat that has taken the bait, that they are letting them expose themselves with the patience of holy job, and then leave them in the lurch. There are clear indications that the coalition set up a covert operation to catch them red-handed, and this is all part of the divine plan. It was planned. It seems that the coalition knew about the risk of electoral fraud years ago and could have stopped it months ago, but they did not so to set a trap, because people need to see the truth for themselves. The President has been preparing for this since 2018 and is taking steps to expose the fraud. According to X22 report, the playbook was known from the beginning. Never interfere with the enemy while he is in the process of destroying himself. The US presidential election shows a divided country and the highest turnout since 20th century. While waiting for the final results, citizens are expressing concern about the division of the country. The President gave a brief speech challenging the electoral institutions, which stopped the count in some states because of the massive postal vote. After commenting that they were about to uncork the champagne for the victory and to unravel the result of several of the states in which he was given the victory, the president announced that this was a premeditated fraud and said that he would appeal to the Supreme Court to stop the postal vote recount, repeating that as far as I am concerned, we have already won. Stay calm. Our job is to remain calm, to be helpful, and to know that the divine hand is in all of this, restoring what is right. This is the quote that General Flynn published on November 4th. Be calm as we go. All is being divinely restored. We knew it would be a difficult few months, and the storm has begun. The result is assured. The light has won. The coalition has begun to reveal what is really happening. Now on the rise, and especially with so much confusion on earth, simplicity, peace, and truth are paramount. It's important to recognize the simplicity of your truth. It seems that many things to try or create can be complex and require much effort. Your truth, the essence of your being, your divine self, the aspect of yourself that contains wisdom, intuition, guidance, enlightenment, connecting with this aspect is simple and brings you into a space of peace, above all. Counting of votes. If there was a disturbance or dispute over votes, the Department of Justice has already sent teams accompanied by the Department of Defense and federal law enforcement security teams to key battleground states and key cities to ensure that the vote counts were accurate and not fraudulent. The National Guard is counting the votes in 12 states and will be looking for the official watermark on the ballot to prevent fraud, after 1 million votes for the grey-haired candidate were magically found in Pennsylvania 2 hours after the polls closed. Over 100,000 allegedly fraudulent missing ballot forms were found in Michigan. The counting of votes does not allow any conclusion as to who actually won the election, although most of the media are partly inclined towards the white-haired old man. The Democratic-leaning CNN and its rival Fox News, which is in favor of the Republicans, reported that neither of the two candidates have obtained the 270 electoral votes needed to win the presidency. However, the New York Times opted for the old man, while Alex Jones' InfoWars opted for the president. Political miracle. Disputes over the counting of votes are expected to be resolved within the next 10 days. It is likely that the president's campaign team will confirm this election victory on Friday, although the magic date of 11th November looks promising for the announcement of the final results. Furthermore, it's rumored that the president is preparing to make an official statement on the vote count. To ensure a victory, a candidate must obtain 270 out of 538 electoral votes. However, becomes president-elect will take office on January 20th, 2021. According to Michael Snyder, it will take the greatest political miracle in history for the blonde president to win, and the United States Postal Service may end up being the delivery vehicle for that miracle. Election day ended, but the elections did not. The markets are already predicting the winner, because the China's yuan fell like a stone during the elections. Trump and the Patriots are ready to bring the whole country to the economic goal. Buckle up. The Great Destruction. The US election are attracting a huge amount of attention around the world as governments continue to increase restrictions on citizens' freedom in the name of the health crisis. But all this is nothing but a great distraction from the real event that is the imminent awakening of humanity, according to John Smallman. Most of you are eagerly awaiting the awakening, but at the same time your harbor doubts and anxieties as the chaos and confusion that envelops humanity manifests itself in the mainstream media. If all the long-hidden truths were revealed simultaneously, the collective psyche of a third density civilization would go into shock. Therefore, truth must emerge according to society's ability to assimilate it gradually, and this has been happening for quite some time. Therefore, while the mainstream media continue to demand your attention and insist that you focus on the problems that many are going through, refrain from doing so. This ancient karma feeds on the negative energy expressed by those who observe chaos and confusion, engaging with it in disgust, believing that it is their duty to do so. Focusing on the problems of the world unless you are very actively involved is rescuing and healing the wounded, reduces the power of you loving intent to heal these ancient traumatic divisions between you, and unnecessarily hinders and slows down the process of awakening. Priorities. Therefore, establish and maintain the intention to spend less time concentrating on the major media whose main purpose is to keep you distracted, so that you find yourself without time for prayer, meditation, or contemplation. The more quiet time you can arrange for yourself, the more effective will be your intention to love only all humanity, and the more effective will be the healing flow of love through you and into all humanity. Your true soul intention is to be loving only, and that's it. And that is why you choose to incarnate at this time in humanity's collective spiritual evolution to help more effectively and powerfully. As you all know, more and more people realize every day that their lives have deep and powerful spiritual meaning, and they seek to discover ways of understanding what that means. Your presence on earth being loving is an essential and powerful addition to the tidal wave of love that flows freely and abundantly through the planet, impacting every human being and gently and lovingly pushing them to do the necessary inner spiritual work that is pending possibly over many lifetimes. Fear. People are not sure what will happen and are afraid. Much of that fear has been generated by those who like humanity to be nice and fearful, nice and divided, and that is why everyone should try to see how someone they love can support a candidate they hate. They must give themselves the benefit of the doubt right now and not give in to division. You all have the opportunity here to regain your power and to recognize that all the change you wish to see in the world has to begin with you. No politician is going to save humanity or any part of humanity, because everyone needs to raise the level of their consciousness, which most people are not doing at the moment. In fact, many people are digging in their heels and preparing for a fight. System reboot. These are, in my view, the 5 most important points of the Operation Disclosure Intelligence Alert. First, last month the IMF called for a new Bretton Woods monetary conference, which is a significant signal for a restart of the global monetary system. Second, the process of re-establishing the global monetary system is expected to accelerate after the elections. Third, the current global monetary system is flawed and will explode like an overinflated balloon. Fourth, The world monetary system is expected to go through a process of reevaluation and restart where the goal is to create a level playing field for all. Fifth, several undevalued currencies are expected to revalue once the global monetary system is restored and a level playing field is achieved. Animal. Animal, no, it's not an animal. Chia, I mean chia, no, not an animal. Stay lively, my friends. Divine Providence has not brought us this far to abandon us. The Creator cannot lie or deceive his people. We are like slaves after they were freed from Egypt in the hope that the promised land would manifest itself before them. Then that hope was threatened by dissipation because we were in the closed Red Sea, and we didn't know where to go while the enemy was consuming the hope through the infusion of fear until the miracle occurred and the waters opened. The light wins and the darkness will be seen, and we have to go through that. This is happening for the evolution of humanity. The old system is being dismantled and we cannot go back to the old one. Focus on the higher timeline. Trust that the light wins. This is individual and collective human change. We overcome it. We are coming out of the matrix. Thanks a lot, dear friends.